For 9 days in July 2015, more than 7,000 Special Olympic athletes gathered from around the world to run, to swim, and to celebrate the human spirit.
Special Olympics helped me find a voice. I can stand up against everything that I faced as a kid, whether it be bullies, whether it be people who were putting me down. It helped me become the person I am today.
When I first joined Special Olympics, it helped me meet more people, and it's changed everything for me. And I love being in Special Olympics.
I like Special Olympics because it teaches me how to communicate with people. So I love communicating with people.
The Special Olympics World Games occur once every 4 years in places like Greece, China, Ireland. In 2015, they came to Los Angeles to show the world that moments like these are about more than just winning.
My son is intellectual disability, and that's how I got in contact with Special Olympics. And I take it from that perspective because my son one person was quite reserved. He could not make friends, he had been called names, and he could not relate with other people. Since joining Special Olympics, I've seen this transformation in him. And I say to myself, if Special Olympics can touch one child the way it has touched my child, what about all the other children that are out there? And I've seen this transformation in each athlete. It's one athlete at a time. This is what Special Olympics is all about. And I would like to urge all parents not to keep their children at home. Bring them out, let them have fun, let them make friends, and together they'll be able to contribute something to the greater society.
For more than a week, these athletes would provide inspiration to us all. But before it all could begin, these Special Olympians from around the world would need to acclimate to the weather and time change. Nearly 100 communities from San Diego to San Luis Obispo would step up and serve as host towns, accommodating athletes, coaches, and chaperones before the start of the World Games. Burbank was one of those host towns, and this is the story about 4 days of international friendship.
Every once in a while, the world gets things right. Special Olympics, we're getting it right. And we're so excited today in Burbank that we have an opportunity to host 2 incredible teams from around the world that are here with us for the week. And we want to give them a big Burbank welcome. Let's hear it for our team. We're excited to have with us the team from Botswana. Not to be outdone by the team from Zimbabwe. We are thrilled to have you with us, and we hope you enjoy your time in Burbank as much as we're enjoying having you here.
The boisterous welcoming crowd Wednesday morning was in stark contrast to the athletes' relatively quiet late-night arrival just a few hours earlier. Buses delivered the travel-weary delegations from Zimbabwe and Botswana to Woodbury University, where the athletes would spend the next 3 nights.
First, we wanted to welcome them. We applauded them. We cheered for them as they came off the bus because we wanted them to know how welcome they were and how excited we were for them to be there. This is their first exposure to the U.S. for many of them. They're traveling away from home, from their family, from what their comfort is. So our goal was to make them feel as comfortable and as at home as possible and give them everything they needed.
Getting this kind of welcome was just something that my athletes needed, and I felt that yes, I had arrived. This is home for us.
I never knew that everyone will say hi to me. Oh, it's a new thing to me. I'm really exposed to the world that I've never experienced before.
The host town, as envisioned by Special Olympics, was that once the athletes got to our city, we would take care of them, providing food, transportation, lodging, entertainment, exercise for them the entire period that they were in our city.
After a few hours sleep, the athletes began the day with a special breakfast courtesy of Burbank firefighters.
Welcome to Burbank.
Afterward, a short walk to City Hall led to a welcome ceremony as part of the official law enforcement torch run as the Special Olympics torch traveled through Burbank on its way to the Los Angeles Coliseum.
It was our first introduction of the athletes to the community, so we really tried to bring the community in to support the athletes and then also support the torch on its way to its final destination.
This is a very big day. The torch run is on the way. It'll be here at any moment.
It was nice for us that our athletes from Botswana and Zimbabwe were there to see the torch close up and see it run by because they didn't have that same interaction with it at the Coliseum.
The Flame of Hope represents what we all are looking for out of this experience, bringing the world together and taking an opportunity to welcome people from all over the country who are here to compete in the Special Olympics 2015.
What brought it home was we have a sensational singer, a local high school junior, Aubriana Rohan, who came in and sang 2 songs, This Girl Is on Fire and One Moment in Time. To see the athletes singing, to get up on their feet, swaying with their arms in the air, it just really was this good, powerful moment that everybody came together.
Music played a huge role in our week. The athletes really love music, and so we really took that into account and tried to have music in everything that we did, in a lot of the things that we did. You could tell that they really connected through music.
It would require more than just music to accommodate 100 visitors over 4 days and 3 nights. Woodbury University handled the lodging, but it would take a village to keep the athletes fed and entertained while they adjusted to their new environment prior to competing in the World Games.
We are really fortunate with so many companies and organizations in Burbank stepping forward and wanting to be involved with the athletes and the delegations while they were here that it was hard to turn people away.
We are ready, we are ready.
The Burbank business community is always willing to step up and help. We have great businesses here in our community that have a heart and know that it's important to step up, and they do it. And they do it without question, and they do it so many times over and over again. It's just spectacular to live in a community like this that everybody is willing to give back.
What surprised me and what amazed me is every place we went to, we find a crowd of people waiting for us. It was like, why do these people welcome us like this? All the way from Africa, so warm welcome with the American people.
It was this community coming around these athletes and once again showing them the love and support that they had in Burbank.
At the Warner Brothers tour, they were greeted with hundreds of employees. They all lined the streets in front of the entrance for the tour and all had posters and really gave them a huge warm welcome.
Yeah, the Warner Brothers tour was very awesome. Everything in Hollywood is fake now. Yeah, it's fake, and that's the truth. Fake streets. The one that Batman shooted and Batman was flying all over there, that's fake though.
One of the biggest things that people were really surprised about with the athletes is that how much pop culture really made it to Zimbabwe and Botswana. They really loved a lot of the things that we love. They knew all the movies that were being referenced. They knew all the TV shows.
I never thought I'm gonna see, like that car of Batman. Yeah, I never thought I would go there in my entire life, no.
The athletes' first full day in Burbank culminated in a special dinner on the Burbank Water and Power campus. Animators from Nickelodeon shared their talents before the music took over.
They really loved music, and that was really where you got to see their spirit and really where their happiness comes from.
Thursday morning began with an early breakfast at the Bell Golf Club.
The food was nice, but I just ate what I knew. Yeah, I just went with the chips and Vegas.
Food was great, more than great. I'm speechless about the food though, you know. Yeah, my favorite food was the green salad. Yeah, the green salad was my favorite one.
Everybody was in a good mood. It was like the world stopped and everything was peaceful. Everything was right with the world. This is how protective I am. I watched one of the athletes come down the stairs and was going over to the green at DeBell. And one of the athletes walked over and stood and watched one of the golfers do putting. And he waited, and then he walked over and shook the golfer's hand. And then they had this putting lesson. And sure enough, as soon as one of them started putting with one of the golfers, they all dumped on the putting green. And they were all getting their moment, that Special Olympics, that moment on the DeBell golf course.
The YMCA helped the athletes work off some of the food during 2 separate training periods. Thursday afternoon, it was off to Disney.
Hello, Burbank!
The host town visit culminated in a community party at the Starlight Bowl, a mix of music and camaraderie.
All right, my man. What sport are you doing?
We heard Burbank was going to be a host city, and not a lot of cities stood up, and I was actually surprised some that didn't. So we wanted to support Burbank. It's important to us. We want to make sure this week went off really well, and that these athletes had a really good experience. So it was a pretty easy decision for us. I was actually blown away myself about how many people from our firm elected to come tonight to volunteer. So I was impressed by that. I think the first and lasting impression it'll be is the smiles on the faces of these athletes. They're dancing, they're enjoying food, they're having fun, they're laughing. That's all that matters, really. That's what it was about.
We wanted to give these athletes a special gift from Burbank at some point. And to us, the Starlight Bowl ceremony was kind of the perfect place to really give these athletes a chance to come across stage. We introduced them by country and by sport, and have a quick one-on-one interaction with our city council, as the city council then put the medals around their necks, and then have the ability to wave to the crowd and then walk off and enjoy the concert afterwards. It was just a special token that we wanted them to take home from Burbank, so that they'll always remember us and their time with us.
My favorite part of the Starlight Bowl had to be the performance by the Botswana delegation. They were bringing their culture to us as we were bringing our culture to them. And I thought it was so fabulous, and I was so happy that everybody got to see that.
For me, what really made it in Burbank were the people. Every place that we went to, the welcoming, we just felt like, we have arrived. This is home. Every time we talk about Burbank, they light up. You know, they light up and they start telling me about all the experiences that they had. For some, it was the music. For some, it was the food. For some, it was entertainment. So everything touched each one of the athletes that I brought to Burbank.
I know that the one-on-one ambassadorship is probably one of the strongest mechanisms towards world peace, because with that ability to interact with people from other countries, you lose the politics and you get to know people on a a real personal one-to-one basis, and it's huge.
Have fun. Say hey for coming to stay with us.
Being exposed to the new environment, new people whom you never knew, that can show that great love to you. It's so awesome.
The people in Burbank, I want to thank you for having us.
This week's been a blessing. We sought to entertain, but who knew we would learn to dance? We sought to identify sponsors and partners, but we found deep friendships and shared pure joy. We sought to educate, but we were taught. We sought to show America's best, but we ended up with a better America. We sought to commit acts of kindness, but we became a kinder world. We sought to be good hosts, but then a wonderful thing happened. Our guests became our gift. I used to think I knew why they called them the Special Olympics, but now I really know. What a special gift this has been. As Louis Armstrong would say, what a wonderful world. Zimbabwe, Botswana, Burbank loves you.
And then it was off to the World Games. For the Burbank community, the host town experience was over. For the athletes, the competition was just beginning. Though an ocean will separate these newfound friends, the memories created during the 4 days of fellowship will endure.
I had my race 400 meters and I was number 3. I was not expecting that I was going to get a medal in 400 meters.
I'm here because of you. I'm your product. I've made it through you, Burbank. You have prepared me mentally, physically. I've gone for the medal. Thank you very much.
Burbank, Special Olympics Zimbabwe would like to say thank you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the attention. Everything was planned to the last dot. And I would like to say the athletes that I brought from Zimbabwe, they'll cherish the memories that they experienced in Burbank. And I know they're going to be having lots of stories to tell back home. And we wish that one day we'll be able to come back and be able to make our way back to Burbank. Thank you so much.
It doesn't matter what color you are, black or white, you're a gift from us, from God. We just want to thank you, Burbank. We love you.
Burbank, miss you, love you. I wish I can stay in Burbank. Always cherish you in my heart.
Guys, we love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Burbank!
I really appreciate the love, the care, and the hospitality that they took care of us.
Burbank, we love you. God bless you. You have changed me internally and outwardly. We thank you. God bless you. I love you all, Burbank.
Thank you so much. We really enjoyed ourselves and God bless. Thank you.